Anything where you owe somebody else, that is a debt. And you don't want any of those. Hey everyone, it's Andrea. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to increase your net worth. Now, what is your net worth, you may ask? Well, it is your assets minus your liabilities, aka your debts, and then there you have it, that is your net worth. Now, why should you care about your net worth? Well, essentially it is the gauge of your financial stability. Your net worth, in other words, is basically important. Before we get started, I wanted to say that this video is a part of my financial series, which is called the Drea C Method. So this video will be housed in that playlist. So be sure to check out those other videos. Let's get right to it. To get started, we kind of have to understand a little bit of what your assets are versus your liabilities. So first and foremost, what are your assets? Essentially, it is everything that you own. So first, we'll start out with cash. That is any checking account that you have, any savings account. Next, we have personal property. So it's any homes that you own, land, boats, jewelry, your vehicles, those kind of things. After that, we also have businesses that you own, investments. So investments can be your retirement accounts, bonds, annuities, life insurance policies, stocks, index funds, pensions, mutual funds. That is all of your assets. Now that we understand assets, let's get into the liabilities, which I am sure that you're familiar with. Of course, liabilities are credit card debt, student loans, auto loans, mortgage loans, any other type of loans. Anything where you owe somebody else, that is a debt. And you don't want any of those. All right, now that we understand what is an asset and what is a liability, now let's get to the fun part on how to increase your net worth. So first and foremost, to increase your net worth is to pay yourself first. So every time you bring in any kind of money, you should pay yourself first. And you should put that money into a savings account or investment account. Regardless, it is a part of paying yourself first. You should come first because you are your highest priority in life. Not the phone bill, not the electric bill. Yes, obviously you need to pay these bills, but you should make sure that you are your most important bill. If you think of it that way, you won't ever miss a month, a week, a day of paying yourself first. Next, moving on to number 2, which also goes hand in hand with paying yourself first, is building an emergency fund. You should first start off by building a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Then I recommend 9 to 12 months. I am not a personal advisor, so don't listen to me per se, but that's just what I personally feel like makes sense, especially given these past couple years of what we've been through. Obviously, it makes more sense to have more cash and reserves or just some type of savings. It doesn't necessarily have to be in cash. Take that with a grain of salt, but you just need to have money available to cover emergencies. Number 3 is to pay off debt. Now, you have to pay off debt because that is what's bringing your net worth down. As you remember, the formula was assets minus liabilities. The liabilities are your debt, and therefore they are dragging down your net worth, aka your financial stability, because you owe these companies and other people. So you need to focus on paying off your debt. First and foremost, you should pay off the high interest debt, like credit cards. Usually those have 20% plus APR, which is outrageous. So you should definitely make sure that you pay off the credit card debt and leave that debt alone for good if you can, and you will be able to as long as you pay yourself first and save that emergency fund. The emergency fund is there to make sure that you don't ever have to rely on credit again, hopefully, if and when an emergency does come up. In addition to credit cards, you also want to get rid of student loans and ideally your mortgage debt if you can. Student loans, we know, are just one of the most annoying things ever. I thankfully was able to pay off my student loans last year. I documented that, and I have a video that I'll put below in the description box, but I just have to say it just feels so great to get rid of student loans, and I highly, highly recommend that you get rid of them as quickly as possible. The 4th step, I'd say, is to max out your retirement accounts. So that will be your 401k, your IRAs, anything of that sort. As far as 401ks, the limit contribution is $20,500 for people under 50. For those 50 and over, the contribution limit is $27,000. The reason why is because people 50 and over have a catch-up component that they have, which allows them to contribute more to their 401k. Kind of similar along those lines, we have an IRA and a Roth IRA. You can contribute up to $6,000 per year across all IRA accounts, whether that's a Roth or a 401k. It doesn't mean you have $6K that you can contribute to each account. It's just in total, you can contribute $6,000 to an IRA, or IRAs, I should say, collectively. I hope that makes sense. And again, if you're below 50, it's $6,000. If you're 50 and above, it's actually $7,000 because again, they have that $1,000 catch-up contribution that they have. I think I may make a video about retirement accounts itself, maybe. If you think that would be helpful, be sure to put a comment down below. The next tip to increase your income is to live below your means. Now, I don't care how much money you are bringing in, no matter what, you have to live below your means, because if you do not, that is the recipe for disaster and of being broke. So definitely, no matter what, live below your means, because that will allow you to have extra money to pay off debt, invest, all those great things. That doesn't mean that you have to pretend to be broke. That doesn't mean that you can't still enjoy life. It just means that you need to spend less than you earn. That is all that I am saying. Moving on to the next one, which is to invest beyond your retirement accounts. So yes, after you have maxed out, or while you're maxing out your 401k and your IRAs and all that great things, you can also invest on your own. So you can invest in other businesses, other stocks, you can open up a personal brokerage. You are not limited to just a 401k or IRA or any of those type of retirement accounts. You actually have other options to invest for yourself. Next, of course, I'm gonna say invest in yourself. You need to invest in yourself to obtain new skills, new knowledge, anything that will help you grow as a person and also financially. Which will lead us to the next tip, which is to increase your income to increase your net worth. It all goes hand in hand. If you increase your income and use that extra income to, again, save an emergency fund, invest, pay off debt, do all those things. As long as you use the extra income to do that, then by default, you will be enhancing your net worth. Well, everyone, there you have it. I hope that was helpful. I hope these tips help you increase your net worth. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, be sure to put those below in the comment section. And until next time, see you later.